Breaking news coming in is Prime Minister Narendra Modi has spoken to President of Ukraine, Volodymyr Zelensky. In fact, both the leaders over a phone call, discussed the recent developments related to the ongoing fight between Russia and Ukraine. Prime Minister reaffirmed India's consistent position for peaceful settlement of the conflict. My colleague Mohammad Ghazali joining me at this moment from the newsroom for more on this story. Mohammad Ghazali, just give our viewers a sense how important is this phone call given the time when we have seen an escalation from the Russian side as far as the conflict is concerned.
See, the first significance is that Mr. Zelensky had been calling the Western leaders all this while since the announcement that Mr. Trump and Mr. Putin are going to meet in Alaska. He was upset about the fact that Ukraine has been excluded from that meeting. So despite calling the Western leaders, he also thought of calling India's Prime Minister Modi. That itself shows that India is the voice of Global South. Prime Minister had met him earlier as well. He had already spoken to Mr. Putin as well. Now this conversation is happening before the 15th August meeting, which is going to happen in Alaska, and India, yet again, Indian Prime Minister reiterating the fact that India has always stood for the peaceful negotiation of this conflict. Dialogue and diplomacy is the only way out, and this is not an era of war, is what the Prime Minister spoke when he had met Putin, when he had met Mr. Zelensky as well, and yet again he reiterated the same fact in this conversation as well. The third point is that when the announcement came in that Mr. Putin and Mr. Trump are going to meet in Alaska, back then, just a couple of days ago, India had yet again offered that it welcomes the move, it endorses the summit, but it also positions itself, offering itself that even India can do whatever it takes to resolve this conflict or even include Ukraine in the peace talks, because in summit, Ukrainian President Mr. Zelensky has not been invited. Now, if you see the readouts of both the governments, Indian government and Indian Prime Minister had also put out this statement on social media saying that what he spoke with Mr. Zelensky was about the peaceful resolution to the conflict, but Mr. Zelensky yet again blaming Russia for the conflict, and also said that he spoke to Prime Minister for putting pressure on Russia and not to buy oil from Russia, so that it is commercially not viable for Russia to continue with the war.
Stay on with me, Mohammad Ghazali. Let me just very quickly read out for our viewers what the Prime Minister has put out on X after this phone call. The Prime Minister has said, glad to speak with President Zelensky and hear his perspectives on the recent developments. I conveyed India's consistent position on the need for an early and peaceful resolution of the conflict. India remains committed to making every possible contribution in this regard, as well as to further strengthening bilateral ties with Ukraine. Mohammad Ghazali, quite important because, on one hand, we have seen how Trump's blow hot, blow cold relationship with Russia and with Mr. Zelensky as well. India has been consistent, has links, cordial relations between both the countries, can play a very important role.
See the difference between the diplomacy of both the country, India and US being superpower, positions itself as the power which can bring peace between the two countries, and its own diplomatic efforts or behavior toward both the countries has been a roller coaster ride. First, Mr. Trump invited Mr. Zelensky to Oval Office, insulted him, and now he is irritated with Mr. Putin as well for not giving any concessions to the peace talks. But with India, Prime Minister has managed to speak to both the leaders, and our diplomatic position on this conflict is very firm, which has been very it is very firm that we want peace and peaceful negotiations, dialogue on diplomacy to resolve this crisis.